I'm Brad Griffin. I am Senior Director of Content and Research at the Fuller Youth Institute. We are a research and resourcing team that's part of Fuller Seminary, and I've been part of that team for almost 20 years now. And kind of marrying my love for young people. Youth ministry is my background, and I'm part of the pastoral team at my church still, with also research and wanting to understand and dig into helping people connect and helping people understand each other across generations. And so I'm really excited to be with you all to talk about it more.
If there was a piece of data that the church seemed to stubbornly get wrong, what are you drawn to? Is there something that we're just kind of covering our eyes to?
One is, this was from Springtide Research Institute, who study young people and religion in the United States, and they found that 1 in 3 young people say they feel invisible in their faith community, and 1 in 2 young people think that they wouldn't be missed if they left.
Ooh.
And where I think the church misses that is, I think we assume either young people don't care that much, or are already on their way out, or they're here so they're fine. I mean, we have all kinds of assumptions, I think, that people, can make about young people. But what I think we miss is maybe we assume that because younger generations are different, that they don't want to know about or connect with older generations. And I think that's a wrong assumption. I think just like all of us, young people want to be known and seen. And part of how we know and see each other is actually taking a risk to get to know each other across ages, across generations, across differences of all kinds. If anything keeps me up at night, it's thinking about young people who feel like if I left the church, I wouldn't be missed.
Was there a piece that felt urgent to you in that? Felt like, ooh, this is something that the people of God need to hear, see, and wrestle with in the now?
There's a lot of bad news out there about the church. And I even just shared some of that, we hear these negative things and statistics. And I think one of the things that felt really urgent to us is, but we want to dig and learn and understand what's the good news. And what's the good news? And so actually, for both Sticky Faith and Growing Young, part of our mission there was we want to understand not just why young people leave faith in the church, but why they stay and what helps faith really stick. And with Growing Young, it was, there's a lot of bad news about churches that are shrinking and aging and all of that. But at the same time, there's really good things going on in churches. And so what can we learn from churches where there's life and energy and vitality, and where young people love their church and all generations love their church? And so I think that's part of what felt urgent and what still feels really urgent, honestly. We live in a time where good news is hard to come by. And so I love doing the kind of research that's looking for good news, that's looking for hope. And so I hope that's some of what we can talk about together on Sunday night is where we can find hope and where we can be hopeful together.
Say a word about that, the power that your research suggests about not just seeing each other, but actually coming together for the work of kingdom building.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's essential. Service is not just for any one group. It's who we are as the people of God. Loving our neighbors, that's active, it's tangible. And, younger people in particular, they want to get to work. They want to help. They want to find purpose and significance and seek justice. And, they really are often young people are really engaged by a community that is doing that. Beautiful things can come out of those kinds of engagements and relationships, and I see that fruit in my own kids, and I have teenage and young adult children, and my oldest is 22, and when she comes back home and back to church, the people she connects with and talks to or gets together with for breakfast before church, they're people who she served with. They're people who, they got their hands dirty together, or they did something hard together, and who took the time, to get to know her. And so much of that was through service. So I've seen it not only in research, but even in my own life, how that can be really life-giving and purposeful. And it keeps us grounded as people who are grounded in a God who is actively loving and self-giving to the world.